Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Hunt's Fishing Adventures, New South Wales. Today we're down at the spot that I got all the last carp at, which was 4 weeks ago. Sorry, it's been an absolute long time since between videos, but I've just been flat out with no time. But today, hoping to change all that. I've already been down to Coles and I got $3 worth of chicken pieces, which just got me a nice amount there for some cod today. And on the other rod I'm about to set up, I've got my trusty sweet corn that I've been catching all the carp on. So I'm just going to rig up my float, and I've got a little bit larger hook on today, just because the carp that I was getting down here kept spitting the little hook. So I've got a nice size hook on, and so I'm just going to rig the float up, and hopefully we'll have a hit. This other one here I've just chucked out, it's got a huge big chunk of chicken on it, and hopefully we can get something today out there, because I haven't had much luck with cod since cod season. Since we've had all that flood water, it's just sort of shut them right down, and they don't want to come out. I'm not quite sure if there's just because there's so much food. But the last video I did, if you remember, I had yabbies. I'm gonna have yabbies. We had chicken, we had corn, and even with the yabbies, I couldn't get anything but the carp, which was a bit disappointing, but it still made for a good video. So we're going to get this sucker out, rig him up. Hopefully we can get something today, because I've got, I think, about, what have we got, 5 hours before I've got to go to work. So I thought I'd come down for a quick fish, and that should be about enough kernels there. Got a bit larger hook today, so I've just got my float set up, and all I'm going to do is, same as I have done in every other video, you literally just pile it up. And this other rod's getting a bite just as I'm speaking. You probably can't see it, but I got the drag really loose. Now, as I was saying with the corn, just stack it right up. Doesn't matter how big or how short your hook is. Just like with any baiting, try and make it look very presentable, and so you can't actually see the hook. So I'm going to chuck him out with the float. I don't expect it to go very far, but I don't need it to go very far with these carp, sorry. See, I got cod on the brain. That's how excited I want to be to catch one. So I'm literally going to chuck this one out here, hoping I don't get a turtle. And he's out there, just on the float, if you can see him out there. And there's a bit of a current going down that way, so we'll just see how that ends up. And I'm just going to sit him right here, because there's a nice little tree just here down by the river. And so that one's set out with corn, that one's got chicken, I've got my coffee. So I'll come back to you when we've got one, guys. All right guys, we've just started to get a few nibbles on the float that's got the corn on it. Haven't had any luck on the chicken yet, but if these like the float's going a little bit under and popping up, so he's not quite got it in his mouth, he's just having a taste. I'm just waiting for him to take it, and well, hopefully we can get him and don't miss him. But I'm still hoping for a cod on the chicken, but the corn's finally having a hit, so fingers crossed we might get a carp on the corn. Slowly bobbing up and down. It just bobbed up and down again. Probably can't see it in the camera, but it's only a little bob, so not quite sure just at the moment. But the problem is I have caught turtles, freshwater river turtles, on corn as well, and chicken, as I found out a few videos ago when I was trying to catch a cod. I ended up getting a couple of stinky river turtles. So it doesn't matter what you chuck in the river at the moment, if it looks edible, seems like everything will eat it. So the float's going again. Oh, and I got some exciting news, guys. I bought a new SD card for the GoPro. So now I've got a card that I can film with, up to 5 hours non-stop. So I'm hoping, if the sale is still on, at tax time I'm going to grab another one, because don't forget we've got that 2-week coast trip coming up in just a little bit over 4 months, and there's some exciting things happening with that coast trip, new things planned. So if I can get another 5-hour card, I'm hoping to do a lot of filming those 2 weeks, because last year I couldn't due to the weather. But hopefully those 30-knot winds and the storms and the swells aren't there this year. And I've got a lot of new gear to try, and a new surprise that came in the mail. So hopefully all things go to plan with the weather, and we'll get on with this carp fishing here. I'll come back to you again in a minute.